I need to get something off my chest. I just need to vent about it, and there's something wrong here, and it's been bothering me for a long time. I know not everyone's gonna be on the same page as me. I understand I am a type A personality kind of person. I'm a go-getter. I have goals and I have dreams and I'm working my ass off to get them. But I need to say something. Hey guys, if you are new to my channel, my name's Natalie. I am a graduate from Ohio State. I am a current student at University of Pennsylvania, and I love the world of architecture. I hope to unravel the complex world of architecture for you all. And yeah, let's just get right into it. This is more of a personal vlog style, but I need to say this for my fellow type A personalities, non-procrastinators out there, and let's have a conversation because this has been bothering me for a long time, for years. Okay, so a little bit about me. I'm productive. I am so freaking productive and I don't procrastinate. This is how I am personally wired. And I know there's this culture going out there saying that like procrastination is just normal and like people can relate to one another because they procrastinate on stuff. Ever since I started school, grade school even, I never procrastinated. I would get my work done like 2 weeks in advance. The minute a teacher would assign us project, it's done. It's literally done because I cannot procrastinate. That's just me. That is just me. That is who I am, and that is how I work. From a personal, like, social standpoint, I struggle relating to people, and people have always like jeered at me, whether it's because they're jealous of my productivity level when I was younger. I always have my shit together. And I'm not making fun of anyone who's procrastinating, but I'm just saying I can't relate to you. I am very sympathetic. There's multiple types of people out there, like my brother will procrastinate, you know, but I refuse to. But I want to speak for the people who don't procrastinate. I get like intense anxiety if I don't finish something. Full on panic attack, crying my eyes out if I don't get an A on an assignment. And I understand that that sounds absolutely crazy to somebody, but I have always been the type of person to get straight A's just because it's something that I think better my education. I understand the content more, and it's having a letter grade. I know grades don't really matter, especially in grad school. Let me rephrase, grades don't really matter in grad school. If you are in high school, grades do matter because the colleges look at your grade and GPA. Don't let me dissuade you from not getting good grades. But I think grades are a reflection, to some extent, not the full extent, are a reflection of how well you understand materials. I do think that the education system is a little flawed where you are forced to memorize a lot of content and then you forget it the next day just because it's in your short-term memory, not your long-term memory. Whole nother video, that's not the point. If you know Randall Pearson from This Is Us, I relate to the kid a lot, like when he was younger, just because that's how I am. I would get anxiety for bad grades for as long as I can remember. I care about grades so much. The first time I failed something was 6th grade. I think it was a B on a paper. I remember I was sitting on my stairs absolutely bawling my eyes out. Granted, I've calmed down a lot the older I get, but when I was younger, people would act so nice to me, but for the wrong reason. They would want to be my friend to get study materials because we had a big test and they already knew like I already had the work done, and they would kind of take advantage of me, and because I was younger I didn't even see it. My parents did. My dad was like, no, absolutely not, and I was like, no, like they're friends, like it's okay. It was some sort of an exchange to a certain extent. I would give them study materials that I spent days, hours making, and in exchange I would get friendship. It's not a genuine kind of friendship, and I've never been a popular person. And in high school, I went to a very competitive high school, and I felt like everyone was kind of on the same page. Everyone was kind of studying together, and just because it was such a competitive school, a lot of my high school peers went on to go to Ivy Leagues and super prestigious schools. I just felt for the first time in my life I was with people who shared similar mindsets as I do, the ones who didn't believe in procrastinating. And for the first time in my life, I felt like I was surrounded by people who really wanted to achieve something like bigger than themselves. Flash forward to college when I went to Ohio State, because architecture is really intense. Obviously, it was like a balance between work and play and like trying to balance yourself. But throughout my time in architecture school, my undergrad years experience, I realized that people were starting to exploit me again. A lot of the people who I met in college, they wanted my study guides. They wanted, to take the easy route. They didn't actually want to make them. They didn't want to study. It was wrong. And I, once again, because I've struggled making friends my entire life, I was just so happy. I found a couple groups of people that I felt like I could be myself with. But now that I've graduated and I'm back home doing grad school, and granted I am busy, but it's like you can kind of tell who your real friends are based on who keeps in contact with you. You can really tell who has your back, who never did, because they just wanted something from you. I was the fool who just didn't see it. My parents always did. Now, flash forward to my time at UPenn, and I expected it to kind of be like my high school experience. It is an Ivy League institution with an 8% acceptance rate. Like, these kids are smart, And I'm not saying that only smart kids are type A personality like people. That's not what I'm implying at all, but I just expected the culture, the student body culture, to kind of have a similar mindset that I have. Recently, I had my structures midterm. If you watch my all-nighter video, I spent like majority of the night going through my structures notes. It hours, and it wasn't just that night when I went over my structures notes and like practiced and everything like that, but I compiled this really long study guide myself. It was like 60 some pages on notability of all the notes so far in the semester. And there was a review session done by my peers, and I joined. I shared a graphic because somebody had a question, and I had it in my notes, and I genuinely was just trying to be helpful to other people. And there were about 16 of us in this study group in this Zoom session, and one of the people asked me to share it. I haven't really had a chance to really get to know these people, but if I were to say no in that situation, I look like an asshole, because literally the room went silent. Everyone was on edge trying to see if I would share this study guide because it was amazing and it was so neat, For my mental and to calm my nerves and my anxiety, it needs to be that way. That is literally just how I'm wired. You can say, oh, I'm so jealous or whatever, but I'm not. Like, I wish I was kind of wired a little bit differently so I could take everything with a grain of salt, learn how to calm down. It is hard for me to calm down, okay? And I know that sounds crazy, but it's just how I'm wired, guys. And I feel like everyone kind of is like, oh, relatable procrastination, ha ha ha, me too. But like, I can't do it. And maybe that's why I struggle relating to people to some extent, and maybe that's why I let people take advantage of it. So anyway, one person of that whole group privately messaged me, and wow, like, they really put you on the spot. Are you sure you feel comfortable sharing it with people? I am all for helping people. My YouTube channel is literally trying to teach you guys the world of architecture for free. Like, I'm not monetized. Like, I would love to help anyone and everyone. In that moment, something kind of clicked and switched, and I was really sad because it's like the same thing, over and over and over again. I know this is such a stupid situation. I feel like I personally, it's hard for me. It's hard for me to because I feel like in a way I was just getting, like, my notes were getting exploited again, and right, and like, these are people who I don't know and I don't care, and it took me days to make. So yeah, in the long run I shared it, but that's just because was kind of peer pressured into it. What you gonna do? I don't know. So if there are any students like me who struggle with this, I would love to hear from you. I think growing up I felt really alone in this because I fall in such a small category of students that don't really like procrastinating, but that the only reason why you don't procrastinate is because you get anxiety if you do, and you get so stressed. And yeah, and like, you know, my hair falls out from stress sometimes. And learning how to calm down is a lot easier said than done. I'm wired so differently that I'm able to produce a lot, and I hope that I can make something of myself. But I hope this video will help one person understand who maybe might be like me in my shoes, who might struggle relating to people in this aspect. Know that it's really hard to like stand up for yourself. I don't want that to be my reputation. Oh yeah, that's Natalie, she takes really good notes and she's so on top of her shit. Yeah, that's fine. Like, you can refer to me as being a person who's really productive and really on top of her shit, but I'm more than that, and I don't want, for the final coming up, you know, I don't want people just to hit me up now saying, can I have your notes? Can I have your structures notes? Like, and give me some sob story about why they didn't get the structures notes done themselves. I hope this, maybe I'm just totally wrong here, but I think it's easier for people who are procrastinating and ask for these notes to forget, like, sometimes when you ask for them, it's not fair to the person who produced them, because you put them on the spot, and that person who produced really good notes or study guides or whatever, like, they spent a lot of time doing it, so just do it yourself, I guess. That, or give something in return. That way I don't feel like used, because that's how I'm feeling right now. I'm sorry, this is kind of fresh. This just happened yesterday, so and I just wanted to vlog about it because I'm sure there are at least a couple students out there that can relate to this. Okay, well, anyway, hit the subscribe button if you're interested. I know personal vlogs on my channel don't always do super well, super hot, but YouTube's pretty cool because I now have this video compilation of my journey at UPenn, and this is just something that does bother me and something that I haven't really talked to anyone about. I need to do better with myself, and I need to respect myself a little bit more. I definitely felt like this was a necessary video to make, especially if it could reach one person who can relate to me. Just know that you aren't alone, especially if you're kind of wired like me. It's hard. It's definitely harder for us to relate to people, especially when there's just this school culture where everyone bonds over procrastinating on stuff. Okay, until next time, love you guys.